Listen, if you're listening to this and you're not getting enough leads, not only is it probably because your content sucks, but most importantly, it's probably because you don't know how to create content in order to get your audience to know, like, and trust you so they're ready to buy from you. So the solution is simple. You just got to use this simple Story P framework in the right way, in the right order, and you'll get more leads. And most importantly, you'll get them to trust you a lot faster so you can move them from cold to sold. So this is what the framework looks like. The first P is person. So in every piece of content, you want to make sure that you make it easy for the right person to find you. So for example, if you're an online high-ticket business owner that wants to grow their business up to 20K a month, then read this post or watch this video. By me doing that, it makes it very easy for the online high-ticket business owner that wants to get to 20K a month to know that this post will serve them, which significantly increases the likelihood that they'll watch it and consume it. Because listen, you can have the best post in the world, but if you don't get them to actually go into it, how valuable is that post? Not valuable at all. So always want to speak to person first. The second P is problem. And so the way you get somebody hooked into your story or post is you want to talk about their specific problem. So again, for example, so when I speak to online high-ticket business owners, usually I find that they're struggling with one or more of these three things. Number one is that they're just not getting enough leads, or they're not getting enough of the right people to come and check out their content. Number two is that they're struggling, even though they might have some leads, but they're struggling how to actually convert them. And then number three, which is oftentimes most prevalent, is they don't actually believe they have what it takes and may actually doubt whether or not they're worthy or good enough of the success. So if you can relate to any of these problems, then here's what you should do. When you speak about the problem, not only does it hook the person in, but when you bring their problem into awareness, it starts to agitate them. And this is what people do in any good movie. You'll notice at the beginning, they bring a problem out really quickly. And as human beings, we want to resolve problems. So once that problem is brought into your attention, you feel like you must read the post or watch the video in order to find a resolution to that problem. So first P is person, second P is problem. And then the third P is perspective, or in other words, story. So story or perspective. This is where you go, yo, I get it. Because I promise you that wherever you're at, wherever you've been or whatever you've gone through, whatever you're struggling with right now, I've been there. I promise you I've experienced it, or I promise you that I helped clients through it. So I get it, I relate to it. And the reason why we want to share our perspective or story is that allows you to create relatability, because think about it. Would you rather follow someone who's always right or always real? Exactly. So you want to let them know that you've probably been where they are right now, but then you've worked through it. So then instead of you being the expert, you make them the hero in their own story. Now, the fourth P is process. So this is where you can say, well, hey, if this is what you're struggling with, you want to get to 20K a month, this is why I created the Kingdom model. And so if you want to get to 20K a month and be able to do that with a small team and only working 4 hours a day, then I believe this is the simplest, fastest, and most effective way for you to be able to do it. So again, recap before we get to the last P: person, problem, perspective, and process. And then that leads you to the last P, which is promise. So at the end, that's where you can have a call to action where you tell the person what you want to do, what you want them to do. So, hey, if you want to get to 20K a month significantly faster and you want to know how we can help you do that through the Kingdom model, send me a DM that says Kingdom and let's have a chat about how we can help you take your business to the next level. Now, if you're wondering if you should use all of these P's in one post, you absolutely can, or you can use the understanding and the psychology behind these P's in any different post, and you can use different parts of it. Now, if you found this incredibly valuable, which I know you have because otherwise you probably wouldn't still be listening to this, go ahead and jump into the comments and let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And if you know someone in your space that this would serve, pay it forward and go ahead and tag them in the comments too.